Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of NYFCAtv, joined by my partner, Jason Hirsch, League Director, League Commissioner. I know I keep getting that wrong. League Commissioner of the National Youth Football and Cheer Association. I'm Vince DeLisio, host of the Varsity Sports Show. Together, we bring you NYFCAtv. Jason, another great week. We've got some major announcements today. Let's kick it off right away. I don't want to waste any more time on this by exchanging pleasantries. And let's just start talking about this fall. What's going on this fall?
Man, thank you so much, Vince, for bringing that up. We're super excited. The heartbeat is real here in Arizona. What we're building, what the community is helping to create, Vince, is giving NYFCA, it's very real. And what's even more real about this is the feedback that we're getting. We're getting calls from coaches, families, organizations that want to be a part of our culture, our family, what we're doing at NYFCA. So we will be, next week, we will be opening up fall registration for the entire state of Arizona. And we're going to go about tackle a little bit different. We got some really great things in store. A lot of our fall season is going to be designed from feedback from coaches and other organizations, and it's going to be nothing like Arizona's seen here for tackle football, and I can't wait for next week's show. It's going to be awesome.
Wonderful. So we're starting off with that and in fall registration. That'll be starting next week. The other thing, today, bunch of stuff going on. Not a lot of time to really get into details right now, but we'll just give you a little taste. We're going to start off with an interview with Coach Josh from the AZ Bandits. Had a chance to chat with him a little bit. Then we're going to transition. We're going to talk about our team highlights, our team game of the week. What is our highlight segment called again?
It's showtime.
We'll get into that. Of course, our game of the week will be in the mix, all the great highlights from last week's action. And then we're going to talk to a very special friend of yours who is a life coach, a mentor, Luke Kayam. Tell us about Luke.
Luke has been instrumental in my role in working with my son and a lot of athletes and grown men here in town. And he's just an amazing individual, and I think his approach to performance on and off the field will add a lot of value for our viewers and fans and families watching.
We're also going to reach into the archives a little bit because we have a Hall of Famer. Every week we film here at Mavericks, the show, right next door to Octane Raceway. It's an amazing venue, amazing place. But we also have someone really special, a member of the Arizona Sports Hall of Fame. His name is Casey Lee. He's a Mountain View High School graduate from out in Mesa, was a football player, and he manages here at Mavericks. So we'll have a conversation with Casey.
And Vince, it's to me, everywhere we go, everyone that we're talking to, there's always a connection to youth sports. Yep. I mean, we were just getting set up for this show today, and just because we said good morning to Casey, and all of a sudden he's like, hey, by the way, it's just.
Hey, by the way, I'm a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I know. Sure,
you thought he was kidding.
It blows me away by how strong the tackle community is here, and when we put all the other stuff aside and make it about the kids and about the development and getting on the field and playing the game, that's when these stories get me so excited. And I just love all the connections.
Very good halftime interview, by the way, from this past weekend's games with Chris Jackson, who's a legendary trainer here in the Valley, played collegiately at Louisiana State University under the great Les Miles. So we'll hear his perspective, hear his story, and talk about how he's using his life experiences to impart those onto the lives of young kids. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell, guys. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be very fast-paced. A lot of good things going on. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be right back after the break. Thousands of athletic teams depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Their goal is twofold. First, to equip athletic teams to meet those goals by raising more money in less time and providing the very best technology through their digital platform. Their job is to take the fundraising off the coach's plate and guide them through steps that are proven to get results every time. How easy? There are teams raising over $50,000 in just an hour. It starts with one call to Adrenaline, 602-999-1845 or adrenalinefundraising.com. NYFCAtv. So, Jason, we talked about this morning as we were setting up, and it turns out the manager here at Mavericks is a legendary figure around town. You know, he's getting embarrassed, but he's very humble about it. But he's a Hall of Famer. His name is Casey Lee. He is a Mesa Mountain View High School graduate, class of
1984.
In 1984. Okay, Casey, we got to hear your story. So you played for the late, great Jesse Parker out at Mountain View, football powerhouse, and you know, tell us a little bit more about that experience. You're 4 years at Mountain View.
Yeah, you know, we were lucky to go undefeated for 4 straight years, 3 with Mountain View and 1 with Post and junior high. We were nationally ranked that year in the top 10. Went 14-0 with multiple shutouts for the class of 1983 was the state championship year.
So the AAA1 state championship game, who did you guys play in that final?
That was Marcos Deniza.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, we got to talking about some of the guys that played around your era. Obviously, the guy that I thought of that was right before you was a great San Francisco 49er, played at BYU, Todd Shell. Who were some of the others thinking back?
You know, Todd Shell spoke to our team right before our state championship, so that was quite amazing. Todd Shue was another great athlete who went on to be a professional kicker. Wow. Paul Kasperchek.
Yeah,
Paul Kasperchek.
These names mean nothing to Jason.
Yeah, all kinds of state records for rushing and defense. He went on to play University of Arizona. Okay. But we had probably nearly a dozen go off to play at college.
How did sports and team sports in particular, and playing in a program and under a guy like Jesse Parker, how did that prepare you for life?
You know, Jess Parker was a mentor of mine. He was very much like a father figure. Taught me everything, my work ethic later after football, how I prepared for jobs, and how he taught me to never give up and always persevere and be relentless in everything that you do. But also he taught us the human side of it, about caring and the people side of it. So he definitely was a big part of making me who I am and helped launch my career in the entertainment industry. And I'm thankful and humbled to have the opportunity to have met and spent some time with him.
Now, this is something that's going to interest Jason. I'm going to let Jason ask more probing questions about this, but you're also an established cliff diver. Talk about that.
Yeah, right out of high school, I varsity lettered in baseball, football, and diving. And out of high school, I joined a restaurant in Colorado, one of the world's largest restaurants, called Casa Bonita, as a professional cliff diver. Performed 3 years with them and did actually about 20 to 23,000 cliff dives from around 30 to 40 feet. Also had a summer with the United States high dive team that dove at Six Flags amusement park. So a lot of fun there. I actually retired at a young age after 25,000 cliff dives. My body couldn't take anymore, so I decided to stay in the family entertainment industry, and that launched my career of being in the fun field, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I mean, high energy, high impact. I mean, that's what football is all about, right? And that rush. So tell me about the most craziest cliff jump, like the environment. Where were you? Were you remote?
Yeah, you know, the craziest one was, I got to be careful about this because I could have been in trouble back in the day. It was 17 years old, and it was in Long Beach. It was off of what's called the Bay Bridge, and it was about 90 feet. Into salt water. And at that time, when I was looking at doing this particular dive, I always focus on safety. Obviously, it's really important. I don't recommend anybody trying that at home. I had a crowd on the beach of nearly 5,000 to 10,000 people cheering me on for that one. Wow. And it was spectacular. My brother was down in a kayak below that once I dove, I hopped in the kayak and came to shore to some big applause. That was probably the most intense.
Awesome. I love it. So you used the word relentless, right? And teaching our young men what the mentality tackle football requires. You have to approach the game differently to be successful in tackle football. Obviously, you played youth ball, you were successful in high school, you took that mentality into cliff jumping and your career now. What can you share with our young athletes? Because we have 6U, 8U, we have a 10U in a middle school division. can they use for their mentality that drove you, or a snippet that will help drive them through when they actually make it to high school?
Yeah, it's always the drive to get better. To get better every day, and you're gonna stumble, you're gonna fall down from time to time, and your morale might take a hit. But if you can fight through that and fight through adversity, and when you come out on the other end and realize, wow, what I just went through, it gives you that sense of invincibility that almost anything you want to do in life is capable, and you can push through those difficult times, and the reward on the other end is life rewarding. It teaches those lessons for the rest of your life, because when you get out in the workplace, there's going to be various things that knock you down from time to time, and you just got to pick yourself up and drive through. Never quit. That's really the message. Never quit there, because adversity is something that when you fight through it, it makes us who we are.
Oh yeah, I mean, just sitting with you, man. I want to get out in the field, dude. I love the energy, man. This is why this game is so incredible, Vince. This is we would never connect any other way, but there's a common bond just because of football and our love for sports, our passion. I mean, I'm excited right now. I want to get on the field, and what you say about never quitting, doing things that others that thought were unattainable. Set the bar high, go achieve it, fight more, become a hunter, and you've done that. And I can't thank you enough for joining us and sharing your story with our fans here and families at NYFCA. And just a pleasure.
Hey,
Casey.
thank you very much. I appreciate it,
Vince. I'm going to think about giving it back to you. I wanted to kind of do the close, but
close.
No, but I know that's you, my man. I know that's you. Here you go, big
All
boy.
right, okay. So, Casey, thank you again so much. From a Camelback Spartan to a Mountain View Toro, it's been a pleasure, an honor to meet you. An Arizona Sports Hall of Famer as well, an established cliff diver, and everything a team sports guy. So thank you, Casey. When we come back, we are going to head into some highlights and also our interviews with some of the coaches and players from this past week. Stick around. We'll be right back here at NYFCA TV. Welcome back to NYFCA TV. Jason, what an interview with Casey Lee. That was amazing. Love talking to him, and such a team sports guy. And it shows how well we are all really interconnected when it comes to team sports. So what I want to do is I want to kind of dissect the games from this past weekend. Our first game, the featured game of the week, was Bandits versus Suns.
Yeah, it was. The game was had a lot of tension in the beginning. The Suns even went out to the 50-yard line to kind of intimidate the Bandits a little bit, which just got the game off with some great energy. It was somewhat back and forth in the beginning, but then the Suns actually opened up the game with some passes, and for 8-year-olds to hit those passes down the field, it was good to see that development in the athletes. The Bandits held firm on a couple defensive stands, and then the game just got away from them a little bit in the second half.
The other two games we'll show some highlights from around the league coming up next. But our second game of the week, the 12 o'clock game.
Followed by the 12 o'clock game, we had the Tempe Bad Boys and the Southwest Stampede. Now, what I really admire about our Tempe Bad Boys is they're a 7U team actually playing up in the 8U division so they can play forward to be ready for fall. I mean, you got to give the coaching staff a lot of props to prepare their kids for that. And it was a great contest. Southwest Stampede, just a little bit stronger team right now.
The third game, the 2 p.m. game, X Factor and Scottsdale Firebirds.
I have to tell you, I get so excited for our middle school division. They're popping out there, and these were two great teams, very competitive teams. This game shifted on 2 fumbles by X Factor. If those fumbles don't happen, we might be talking about something different, but the Firebirds held strong. Their defense held strong when they needed to. Huge interception at the end of the game, but just a great contest. A lot of really, really good football. Someone actually made a comment that it doesn't look like youth ball. I mean, they're running high school and some college offense.
Clearly, some good stuff. So when we come back, we are going to talk to our coaches. We're going to talk to Coach Josh from the AZ Bandits. We'll do some team interviews from the AZ Suns, Coach Dom, as well as some of his players. We'll have some highlights from around the league, followed by the game of the week, the AZ Suns and the AZ Bandits. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Okay, joined by Coach Josh of the AZ Bandits. Coach, how's it going?
Good.
All right.
How you going, Vince?
Good, thank you. Coach, want to ask you about your team right now. So what's going on what's going well at this point in the season? What's an opportunity for improvement?
I think we've been fortunate this spring season to have numbers, and with that, a lot of the kids that we were able to take on this spring, a lot of them are new to tackle. So it's I wouldn't say it's a rebuilding year, but it's definitely an opportunity for us to coach these kids up and just to continue to grow on our past seasons.
Okay, so let's put the shoe on the other foot. If the AZ Suns are scouting you guys, what do they see on film?
They'll see that just hard grit and ground and pound team.
What finally, Coach, what message would you like to send to all the supporters of the AZ Bandits?
I would just say we appreciate all the support that you guys been giving us throughout the years, and we just hope to grow on it and get a bigger following. But just thank you for everything that you guys do. The kids definitely hear it, and it's definitely a morale boost when we can pack those stands and everybody's shouting Bandits.
Thousands of athletic teams depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Their goal is twofold. First, to equip athletic teams to meet those goals by raising more money in less time and providing the very best technology through their digital platform. Their job is to take the fundraising off the coach's plate and guide them through steps that are proven to get results every time. How easy? There are teams raising over $50,000 in just an hour. It starts with one call to Adrenaline, 602-999-1845 or adrenalinefundraising.com. All right, guys, so I am here with the head coach of the AZ Suns, Coach Dominic Davis. Coach Davis, how you doing?
Fine.
All right, Coach, tell me about you're working with this 8U team. What's the experience been like? How did you get involved with the little guys, with the 8U?
My son is 8 years old, and I've been with these guys for 3 years now, and they've been undefeated since they played, since they was 5U, 6U. They've been undefeated. We haven't lost in the state of Arizona yet, hopefully never.
Whoa, Coach. All right, okay, so back up. So since age 5, these guys are undefeated. I can't even remember even picking up a football, when much less any kind of ball when I was 5 years old. So how did you get a group of kids together at 5 and start playing to where they're now undefeated 3 years later?
Well, the thing was, I came here from Cincinnati. I've been here for 3 years, and once I brought in, then it was a blessing to get a good group of kids, and it was good. I felt good about it.
Okay, so you obviously have to have a consistent theme or a strength of this team. When people come to you, when parents bring their kids to you, what do they know about the AZ Suns besides being undefeated? There's got to be some kind of theme here. You got teams that pride themselves on having big linemen, on a strong running game, on a strong passing game. What is it about the Suns?
The Suns got organization, got a good structure plan first off, the org, love the kids, he care about the kids, and that's pretty much.
It's all about loving the kids.
Loving the kids.
All right. So that being said, tell me about the parents. What's the parent participation like? Do you get a lot of parents that just drop their kids off and you don't see them again for 3 hours, or what's it like?
Oh, no, the parents come and stay. They enjoy practice. They enjoy every little bit of it, which make this kid stronger, practice harder, play better, and the result shows on the field.
Awesome. Coach, good luck this week. Thanks so much for taking time out. Looking forward to talking to some of your kids. All right, guys, I'm here with the running back of this AZ Suns team, Mr. Braylon Brandon, the man with 2 first names. Braylon, how you doing?
Good.
Braylon, why are you a running back?
Because I have a lot of skills.
Do you have a lot of speed?
Yes.
Do you run over people?
Yes.
What's your favorite play?
26 counter.
Braylon Brandon, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm here with the quarterback of this AZ Suns 8U team, OJ Myers. OJ, how you doing?
Good.
OJ, how old are you?
9.
All right, I got to know, what is it like playing quarterback on a team like the Suns?
It's fun.
Do you have a favorite play?
It's where we do a pass,
What kind of pass is it?
a deep pass.
Oh, nice, deep pass. Can you throw it pretty far?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, OJ, it was nice meeting you. Good luck, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm here with famed AZ Suns running back JoJo Williams. JoJo, how you doing?
Good.
Well, you were telling me your favorite play was, you said 25 what?
24 power.
24 power. What is it that makes that your favorite play? Why do you like it so much?
Because I get to run through the hole and I get to get out to the sideline.
Do you have a role model, a favorite NFL running back?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you like the Dallas Cowboys?
A little bit.
So, JoJo, it was really nice meeting you. Good luck this week. I'm looking forward to calling your name out. All right, guys, I am here with the man that makes it happen for all the teams out here for the AZ Suns, Mr. Byron Brandon. Coach Brandon, how are you?
Good.
Coach, you are also, not only do you oversee all of the Suns organizations out here, but you are also the coach of the 10U team. Why the 10U team?
These guys I've actually been with since they were in kindergarten and 6U, and we've kind of built and grown from that team into having several teams in the organization.
Okay, so let's talk about the organization, because I was speaking to Coach Davis a little while ago, and he talked about top-notch organization. What makes the organization such a top-notch organization?
From top to bottom, we compete nationally. We push our kids really hard to strive and kind of be perfect, and they respond really well to us. And I don't know, it's just a great environment we're building for the kids, taking a lot of kids off the streets and giving them something positive to work towards too.
I see a lot of family here, so I think that's a common theme too. Do you think that's what is part of your success is family?
Yes, sir. Family is huge over here. That's one of our keystone things that we kind of sit on. So.
Do you think I can be part of this family too?
Oh, definitely. We're taking kids all the time.
Oh, yes. All right.
Kids to the Suns.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Coach. It was a pleasure meeting you. Coach Byron Brandon, the organizational mastermind of the AZ Suns. Good luck, Coach, and thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Junior.
Hit back. Press about to settle one pop. Whatever misformed, I got 100K in my pocket. I be outside, tone carbon with young shooting like hard. Beg your pardon. I just put the paddock on the throwaway. Shout try to take the soul away. Beg your pardon. Big body roll, give me road race. Swerving in an Aston Martin. Beg your pardon. Press about to settle one pop. Whatever misformed, I got 100K in my pocket. I be outside, tone carbon with young shooting like hard. Beg your pardon. I just put the paddock on the throwaway. Shout try to take the soul away. Beg your pardon. Big body roll, give me road race, swerving in an Aston Martin. Well, if I may speak freely, we gon' get a bag if we need it. Bust it down, flip it, repeat it. Sucker be greedy. We were never playing in the game. If it won, but we lost, we cheated. Hold up, they ain't made a game, you can play on me. I did be praying for these, they pray on me. They got another thing coming home and they gon' see. I got the blessing of an angel every day on me. Okay, cherry. Used to have me where I'm from, tell them bank kid, but they hurt my turf. Word, wonder what's up under my shirt. Wonder why I ain't getting searched. Tip.
Thousands of athletic teams depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Their goal is twofold. First, to equip athletic teams to meet those goals by raising more money in less time and providing the very best technology through their digital platform. Their job is to take the fundraising off the coach's plate and guide them through steps that are proven to get results every time. How easy? There are teams raising over $50,000 in just an hour. It starts with one call to Adrenaline, 602-999-1845 or adrenalinefundraising.com.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The brave.
Yes, sir. Game time. Game time. All right, if we could get the captains out to the middle of the field, we'll go ahead and do the coin toss.
Sunday morning football. Welcome. We got the Suns. We got against the Bandits. The Suns are the home team. Bandits are the visitors. The visitors are going to call the coin toss. We have Chris Jackson here with us, who will flip the coin.
All right, that's a tails.
Tails is the call.
It's on you.
That is a head. You've won the coin toss. What would you like to do? Suns have won the coin toss. They have elected to receive. Which way do you want to kick? Okay, the Bandits are going to kick this way. Suns, go ahead and line up over here. Thanks.
Kick is off and rolls around before being picked up by Braylon Brandon, the running back for this Suns team, and he's off to the races, folks. Brandon up the sideline, finally tackled, pushed out of bounds by 26 Jaden Leyva. Myers gets the snap and the give right away, and on the carry, number 10, Josiah Williams takes it down the right side before he's pushed out of bounds. Myers gets the play, talks to his backfield, sets up split back shotgun formation, receiver split out left. Myers, the give once again to Brandon, flag down. Brandon gets a couple. We'll find out what that penalty is. loses the football. Myers picks it up, decides to keep it, takes off around left before he is stopped, and stopped on the play by 26 Leyva. And Long. Myers on the pass, the deep pass, all alone, and it's caught. Caught in just shy of the goal line. That was caught by 23. Terry Williams. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, OJ with a nice throw there. It looked like he was going to take off again, and Myers had single coverage with Terry Williams, and he just goes up and makes a tremendous play.
All right. The give once again, and that was Braylon Brandon on the touchdown run. So here we go on the point after attempt. Suns are going for it. Myers under center, takes it back, gives once again, and not getting anything, just swarmed. Point after attempt is no good.
Thomas Rhodes back there for it. It looks like an onside kick. This one's going to be played by KJ Gaines. And KJ going to get wrapped up at the Sun 49-yard line, and now they'll take it away. And it's a straight give, and going for nothing. It's going to be a sack. The Suns got in there right away. And a great bring down. That's Marquise Williams, the defensive tackle, with the sack. This time the pitch from Cedric Jones, and it doesn't go for anything. A huge couple more tight ends in there to help block. Jones fakes the give, he lost the football. This won't matter, as the Suns may have toppled on top of it. Regardless, the possession will be changing in positive territory for the Suns. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Matt Venezia and Vince DeLisio in the broadcast booth with you here today. The Suns on offense, it's a wildcat. This one drawn up to O.J. Myers, and he may have gotten back to the line, maybe a little bit more than a yard picked up there on that one. Second down and about the same yardage for Myers and the Suns. Maybe an early jump there, and it will be. We'll have an encroachment there on the Bandits and a free 5 yards. O.J. Myers with Josiah Williams with him. He's going to roll to his right, tuck it in the outside. Myers, the 25-20, pushing for the corner, still going. He's in for the touchdown. Myers gets this one. He's going to give it inside again to guess who? That's Braylon Brandon. He had a touchdown on the first play, and now he gets the 2-point conversion, and this time it's good. Another onside kick. This one was touched by the Bandits and just diving on top of it. They should retain the football and be ready to come away now on offense. Cedric Jones going to fake the give, trying to get to the outside, and he somehow may be able to get out of this, but he gets dropped for a loss of about 10 on that one, and he gets wrapped up. Maybe bring in some more tight ends to help block, just to give Jones some time, because this D-line of the Suns is getting it done. Jones gave it to somebody we can't see in the scrum, and somehow coming away with it, and the play's going to be blown dead, but that's Khalili Nivel. And now we're going to get a flag, and that could be unsportsmanlike there for taking the ball like he did. So emotions are high in this rivalry contest. So this will be a third down from a much closer distance thanks to the added penalty yards for the Bandits. Cedric Jones has three behind him. He's under center. Gives it up the middle, trying to get around the outside, and being wrapped up, that was King Little. And this defense of the Suns again makes the play. So fourth down and about 5-ish yards coming up for the Bandits. Could be make or break time here early on, because the Bandit offense has not looked as great as expected. Under center, 4th and 5. A dog pile for it. They're going to be a couple yards short, and now the Suns offense will come back on the field.
That is the end of the first quarter.
Okay, there you have it. So End of quarter number 1, Matt, and hopefully, you know, on the side of
Yes, that is the end of the first quarter.
Okay, on the side of the Suns, there'll be a lot more of what we've seen in this first quarter. Hopefully, on the side of the Bandits, they'll regroup, talk about it a little bit, see what they can change and get better in quarter number 2. We will be back.
So far, 2 for 2 with touchdowns on both of their drives. Under center, OJ. It's a give. Trying to break around that. Braylon Brandon, already a touchdown on the day for him as he gets wrapped up. Who again, this time it's a single back formation. Myers drops. Pocket collapsing. He's going to somehow avoid it. And now he finally will get wrapped up. The first big play made by this Bandit defense. But this AZ Suns team is a different animal. And we've seen it thus far, but the Bandits finally throw a punch of their own and now have a 3rd down and long for the Suns here from the Bandit 46-yard line. Myers in the shotgun. Karan Cadigan to his right. Trips on the left side. 3 receivers over there. Myers, he's going to roll, and he's going to run now and take off, trying to get near the pylon. He's going to end up being a couple yards short. That'll be a 4th down, but a lot more manageable here. And 3rd and forever, you were convinced they were going to throw the ball, but instead they acted as blockers for Myers. 4th and short. Myers, it's just quarterback give, trying to get there, and he is short. And that should do it for the drive of the Suns, and the Bandits defense makes a play. And they've had a tough time with the running backs getting to the 2nd level, and all that is credited to the defensive line of the Suns. 1st and 10 coming from their own 39-yard line. And we had some guys get in there early.
Timeout, Bandits. That is their 2nd timeout of the half.
And check that, it's actually going to be a timeout on the offense. The Bandits want to talk it over. And we'll talk it over as well. Let them catch their breath. We'll step away for just a bit and bring you back for the 2nd quarter.
All right, we'll be back.
They'll do it again here. 4th down and very long for the Bandits. They faked the give, and Jones kept it himself, resulting in maybe a yard, but that does it for the drive. The Suns offense will come out onto the field, and it's another turnover for the Bandits. The AZ Suns in the white jerseys, the white pants, and the Bandits in the gray jerseys with the black pants and red socks. Those are the sides for you here today. 14-0 now. The Suns take it over on offense. Short distance from the Bandit 35. Myers, he's going to give it to Davis. And he's going to get tripped up and go down at, it looks like, the 38-yard line of the Bandits. A quality gain that time done. 2nd down coming up for the Suns. Myers in the shotgun. Drops. Steps up. Now he's going to heave it deep. He's got a man wide open.
Oh, boy.
And just out of the reach. It could not be hauled in. Terry Williams already has a long reception that set up the first touchdown by Braylon Brandon. And he nearly just got one of his own. So this will be, it looks to be a 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Suns. The Bandit defense with a huge step up last drive. They've got a chance to do the same here. 3rd down. Getting the give straight away. That's Brandon. He's going to try and cut it inside. Nice stiff arm by Braylon Brandon, who's still on his feet, pushing toward the pylon. He's going to get there. That's a touchdown for the Suns. There is a flag on the play.
Wow.
But if this stands, Braylon Brandon just rushed over 35 yards on his own for the score.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, still 3rd down.
There are 2 backs in the backfield. They give us to Brandon. They're going to do the exact same play again. With a nice stiff arm, Braylon Brandon pushing towards it. And he goes out about a yard, maybe 2 short of the 1st down pylon. So it'll be 4th and very close for the Suns. 4th down and very manageable now. Myers is now in the backfield. He's going to take it himself, pushing to the outside, diving for it. Did he get it? Let's see. Prior.
Ref, can we get a time check? Ref, can we get a time check?
No hold barred here, Matt. We're hearing everything. We've got the official mics, the production crew mic, so we'll get a time check here late in the 2nd quarter, see where we're at.
36 seconds remain in the half.
All right, so at halftime, our sideline reporter, Brittany Boyer, will be joining one of our coaches, and that coach being Coach Josh, and of the Bandits. So we'll get a little perspective from Coach Josh and how he felt his team has played in this first half.
And that was the worst thing you could possibly have happen. There is a fumble by the Bandits who pile on top of it. They force a turnover. You know, by himself here, and that just is so impressive to see at such a young age. The Bandits do keep the football. And this is Cedric Jones who gets wrapped up. He's going to get nothing on the play, and this clock may just wind out. The Bandits have no timeouts, and that may have been the last play we see of the half.
I think this is, again, how this team goes, this Bandit team, is how this quarterback goes. And if he is being contained this much, the Bandits are going to have a very extremely tall hill to climb in the second half because he is their best weapon right now.
That's the end of the first half.
So we've reached halftime here at Arcadia High School, and it's been a one-sided contest, at least offensively. 14-0 after the first half of play. The Suns leading the Bandits. Both defenses have dominated today, but one offense, and that's the Suns, have done very well thus far.
All right, so we're here with head coach of the Suns. So far, coming back out, who are you expecting to step up and make some plays?
Pretty much the defense making all the plays. As you see, they got negative offensive yards, as I said at the beginning of the game. We got a little screws we gotta fix, on the offensive standpoint. But we're gonna make sure we at least put more, at least probably about 4 or 5 more touchdowns on the board to 0.
Now you have unfortunately called back. What are you gonna do to make sure that that does not happen in the second half?
Oh, it was kind of like a gimme to them, 2 of our guys went on the line of scrimmage, which, that's something we can fix, be very minor, but, it is what it is.
All right, Coach, anything else you want to add before we let you go get back to halftime with the kids?
Like I said, at the beginning of the game, we're the #1 org in the state of Arizona. These kids are unbeaten, and we're going to put about 50 on the score at the end of the game.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck in the second half of the game. Vince, I will send it back up to you until we can get the head coach of the Bandits over here.
I love this guy. This coach is serious business, Matt.
A lot of talk from Coach Tom.
But I mean, he's backing it up. That's the thing. I mean, it's not, there's no lip service there. This guy is backing up everything he's saying, and he is not shy about it. So that's what makes it interesting. So speaking of not shy, we want to talk to a legend here, Chris Jackson, a local trainer and a legend from Louisiana State University. Ethan, can we turn the camera around here, and can we get Chris here? Chris, I'm going to hand you. Actually, Matt, if you don't mind, if you can turn your headset over, we're going to have a conversation here. And so, Chris is a trainer. I'm going to sit down, man. I need to sit down. When you're old like me, you got to sit down. So, Chris, it's a pleasure to meet you. So, first of all, I want to talk a little bit about your athletic history. So, you grew up in the state of Texas. You grew up in Louisiana, and you were a pretty darn good defensive back. Yes, talk a little bit about your formative years before college. How did you get into football?
So actually, my dad played football, and he grew up in Baton Rouge, and he actually, was a defensive back as well, a safety.
Okay.
And he ended up breaking a national record for most interceptions in '88. That still hadn't been broken, so it kind of was in my family, man. It's instilled in me. I grew up, around football. And, I think it's just something that I love, and it's a passion that I have, man.
But it's not anything you were forced into, right? I mean, it's something you just kind of took to your own. Because there's some parents that are living through their kids, yes, but your dad was a heck of an athlete in his own right. How did you end up, you fell in love with the sport, you started playing, but your parents didn't exactly push you into it?
Oh, no. So my first sport was actually basketball. That was my first, actually love, but I was just naturally better at football. And so I just, went into it. I've always just had a passion for sports. And I played both, youth basketball, youth football. And as I got older, I played varsity basketball and varsity football. And it just, definitely expanded from there. And I moved back to Louisiana and ended up going, get opportunity to play college football as well.
Who was your coach at the time at LSU?
Les Miles.
Les Miles.
Yes,
okay, so Les Miles. So what was it like being in the eye of the hurricane in that storm in Louisiana?
Hey, man, it was just a blessing, man. Just to be around that environment, just those athletes and, just that type of coaching environment, man, the timing that it was there. I learned a lot from that environment, being in that locker room, being in that atmosphere. There's nothing like Death Valley. Nothing like Death Valley, man. Yeah, the games, man, definitely a good atmosphere. The food, the fans, I feel like I tell everybody everybody should go to an LSU game at least once in their lifetime to experience that.
So let's talk post football now. How did you end up out here in the Valley and pursuing everything that you're doing now? And we'll talk more about that as well.
So actually, once I got done with LSU in 2017, I moved out to Arizona here, and
go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
Okay. And I wanted to, I wanted to move to California at first, but I felt like it was a smarter thing to come to Arizona. And once I moved here, I started off, coaching basketball, youth basketball for Hoop Code Basketball Academy.
Okay.
And the parents there knew my football history and my football background. And, they asked me to train, 2 of their kids. And, it went from there. I started going to their games, and coaches started asking about me. And, it just blew up from there. And I got opportunities, to meet, Jason Hurst, a lot of guys, Scottsdale Firebirds. So now, I'm with the Firebirds, still with Hoop Code Basketball Academy. And then I do Team Impact, which is 7-on-7 and flag, too. So I'm all around the Valley, man.
So I'm really interested to find out about how, what age that kids should start working and what should the role of the parents be in all this?
So I feel like around 8 years old, 7 to 8 is a good time for them to start because it gets them instilled with that work ethic, and I think the parents, I wouldn't say push it on them, but just make sure that you show that you support them in whatever they do, because a lot of those kids right now, they just want to have fun at that age. They love the sport, but they want to also have fun, and if it's not fun for them, then they're not going to want to play. So I encourage the parents to just, let the kids do what they want to do, but also make sure, they work hard and instill those characteristics and those things into them.
How can people reach you, Chris?
Instagram, CKJ19_. Also, I'm on the Firebirds page as well, and, I have everything on there, my Facebook as well, Christopher Jackson.
Chris, it was a pleasure meeting you, man. Thank you so much for joining us today, for being a part of all of this, and for making the NYFCA what it is. I mean, it's people like you that really set this organization apart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Chris Jackson. Guys, this has been an incredible first half, and I am so looking forward to starting off the second half here. Hopefully, getting some good football here, Matt. Hopefully, we can call a game here and get us going. So, thanks so much for joining us, Chris Jackson. Thanks again, Matt. Take it away.
Opening kickoff here of the second half, and hang on. The onside kick is drilled off a Bandit and recovered by the Suns. You don't see that every day. As losing it, Khalil Neville, and it's recovered by the Suns, and that is the worst thing that you could draw up and have happen. And now the Bandit defense, the Bandits in general thought they were going to be getting the ball back now, and they got to play some defense. That is a bad break for the AZ Bandits. O.J. Myers with two backs with him. He's going to air it out. Myers going deep, looking. That's Williams again, and he drops it this time. He's been targeted a few times. Terry Williams, 1 catch on 3 targets thus far. 2nd down and 10 for the Suns. Cadigan and Brandon in the backfield, as well as Myers, the quarterback. This time, it's a give. A lot of room for Braylon Brandon. Hop steps, Deeks inside, still on his feet. He has not gone out of bounds yet, and finally gets brought down at the Bandit 36-yard line, maybe even the 35. A big gain for a first down. As Coach Dom said, they're happily going to be able to put up 50 on the scoreboard here when this one's all said and done.
Did he really say that?
That's a hot take.
Oh, boy.
Myers goes this time to Karan Cadigan, who's looking for the outside. There is a penalty. This might be coming back as he splits through. Cadigan's still going. He has a few hurdles. And it looks like we're going to have a holding penalty here, and this should be coming back. Roughly a 35-plus yard swing right there on the penalty, as now they could have been set up shop for a goal line situation, and now the Suns have it really deep on first down from the Bandit 48-yard line. Myers, he's going to give it. This is Josiah Williams, his first time touching it. Williams across the 50. Tries to get through, and he's going to gain about a yard. Some footwork there helped him gain some positive yards on the play. Josiah Williams brought down for a long gain of 1. Myers all alone in the shotgun. A receiver to his right and trips to the left. Calling in motion, this is Braylon Brandon, who gets it. Brandon has room across the 40. Looks to step inside. We get another penalty, as Braylon Brandon is going to be brought down at the 33-yard line of the Bandits. Another penalty coming up here. And we're back here after a brief little break, and the officials had some business to handle. Myers fakes the give out wide. This is still a live play because it was behind the line of scrimmage. Braylon Brandon is going to turn this into positive yards. He fielded the football 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and it turns into a gain of 2. Myers about to get the snap. We have another penalty. This is going to be a false start.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 24, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
This has been a parade of flags in this half alone. A lot of penalties raining down here so far, as this will back up the Suns a few more yards. 3rd down and long. They need to get to the Bandit 36. They're playing it from their own 47. Myers gets the snap and rolls right. Protecting the football on his right. Steps across the 50, and he'll get pushed out of bounds at the 47 of the Bandits. Still needing 11 yards on this 4th down try.
I don't know that he's...
don't believe he's out there.
Yeah, I don't think he's on the field.
Myers, he is going to throw it deep. He heaves it back, and that one better to not be picked off there on 4th down. That would have
and it
cost
was
them.
to Williams. Yeah, okay. Ran a little crossing, a deep crossing route there, and couldn't... got deflected by a defender.
Cedric Jones, the quarterback, and playing there, the safety. Good that he did not intercept it, or else it would have cost them about 20 yards if he had caught it at the 50. So short field coming up for the Bandits on offense, who have not been able to do much today. They have a quality chance here thus far in the 3rd quarter. In the pistol, Jones tries to give it up the middle, and not much, if anything, gained on that play.
Yeah, and they're playing a little out of position now of this Bandit team. You know, they're a heavy 3-back offense wishbone team, and this is the first I've seen with a traditional I formation. But they're trying to create something here, and not getting much going.
Same formation. Couple guys in the backfield. Akamis Deazi in there as well. This is Cedric Jones trying to find a lane, and he cannot. He is wrapped up. And bringing him down nicely, Jadam Davis brought him down for the loss. That's another sack for this ball-hawking defense of the Suns. Well, with all the speed of this Bandit, offense that they have, it has not worked out too well. Let's see if Jones will try and air it soon. He doesn't here. This time it is a give of positive yards, the first of the day for these Bandits, and it makes fourth down a little bit easier as they take it across the 40 of the Suns.
But, they're running out of opportunities, down by a couple of scores, and with the control that the Suns offense has had, they're going to drain the clock.
Jones hands it off. Nothing picked up out of this. Both defenses have really, stepped up today in this highly anticipated rivalry matchup. O.J. Myers gives it. This is Braylon Brandon. He's going to get tackled in the midfield red A, pretty much right at the first down line and right on the 50-yard line. A quality run from Braylon Brandon.
Quality run and an effective open field runner, but he also is great between the tackles. If you see him kind of dance around in there and makes no waste of time or space in getting those yards. So Brandon he's had a great game thus far.
Right on the mid-stripe, O.J. Myers and the Suns offense moving it down the field. Another give. This time it's Cadigan trying to get around. Karan Cadigan has it across the 40, still pushing. Somehow stays in bounds. He has not gone down yet and gets pushed forward. He'll go down at the 27 of the Bandits. That should be the last play of the quarter, and a huge exclamation point put on here by the Suns. And since then, they've still kept their team in this football game. 10 more minutes put up on the clock, and that's all that remains. The Bandits do have time, given that this defense has played so well, to give them the opportunity to still stay in this football game.
Yeah, they've had chances, Matt, and they continue to.
The Suns push ahead. They're going to be brought down at the 25 here. We didn't see who it was given to. Looks like at the bottom of the dog pile, Karan Cadigan comes up. Myers in the backfield, two backs with him. O.J., he's going to give it. Josiah Williams looking for the outside. Cuts it in nicely, making a few men miss, and Josiah Williams brought down at the Bandit 18.
So as they get closer and closer, you wonder if Coach Davis is going to start to maybe reach into his playbook a bit more and show us some different variations of his offense, or if he's going to keep it pretty vanilla and go with what's gotten him here.
The give to Braylon Brandon, trying to get the outside. He cuts across the 10, pushing to the goal line. He's in. Braylon Brandon scores for the Suns. His second rushing touchdown of the day, and a big score for the Suns. And that one is a gut wrencher right there for the Bandit. Braylon Brandon and this running attack of the Suns have gotten it done for 3 scores so far. As Myers gets this give, looking for the pylon, trying. Did he get inside? No, he did not. So the score remains 20-0. Turn it upfield for positive yards, and looking to receive this kickoff, Cameron Birdie could potentially do that here. It looks like we're ready to go. The kickoff after the score. Another onside kick. This one takes a few skips. And the officials will let us know who got on top of it. The Bandits do. This is JoJo as Tupai pushes up across the 40-yard line, and it's that same pistol formation. Jones, the handoff. And the running back lost the football there on the way down. Didn't quite see who it was, but it looks like the Bandits still control the football. This is now a 3rd down, and the clock continues to roll. Third down and about 9 coming up here for the Bandits. Jones, it's another handoff. They push up a little bit, maybe a gain of a couple. 4th and about 6, maybe 7 coming up for the Bandits. Clock continues to run.
There's quite a few, and if you're talking about Suns players, you got a few. You got the quarterback that's a potential player of the game. You got the running back. You've got defenders. You got, you could just kind of throw them all up in the air, and whatever lands, that would be your player of the game in this situation. I mean, there's been such good play all the way around from the Suns team.
So Myers in the shotgun. Myers looking, still up 3. They're going to try and throw it. Nobody there, and that was almost picked off by Cedric Jones. It's a straight give. This is Braylon Brandon, who misses a few tackles. Nice stiff arm by Braylon Brandon. Cuts across the 40, now the 35, and he just does step out of bounds. Braylon Brandon on a poor snap makes something out of nothing and gains several on that one, and now it'll be a 3rd down and about 5 coming up for the Suns. And because he stepped out, the clock should remain paused, as Myers and his team in no hurry to get back to the line of scrimmage. Myers, a couple men in the backfield with him. Straight give. Cadigan trying to push for it. Right at the 1st down line, he does push across and get it. Nice hustle and run there by Karan Cadigan, and a 1st down for the Suns. The clock keeps moving. Looking to continue their dominant play. They have not allowed a single point since the first game of the season, and those are the only points they've given up thus far, just 1 touchdown. This is a screen pass out wide to Braylon Brandon, who gets it from Myers. Brandon, a couple hop steps, still stays on his feet and gets twisted down across the 20-yard line. Braylon Brandon good for about a 15-yard connection there. It's a 1st down. And all power to you, but I will say the Bandits won't forget this.
No.
Next time these two teams square up, and that feeling that the Bandits feel now, just kind of standing on defense around and just getting pushed backed up to their own end zone, as Myers will throw the football, looks like. Somehow he's going to avoid a depleted pocket. Myers inside the 10, going for the sideline, and brought down at about the 3-yard line. Myers, straight draw. He's going to keep throwing it. Fire short side. This is a touchdown. Karan Cadigan receives it in the end zone. Nobody near him. Karan Cadigan makes it a 4-score game.
Ineligible downfield lineman number 67. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still, 1st down.
But there was a lineman up in the play of field. This one's going to be called back. And not happy for it was the victim, Blaine Patea. This one comes back, so the touchdown taken off the board. And Myers in the shotgun. Josiah Williams with him. Myers looking, rolling to his right. Pocket collapsing, and he's brought down. A big sack. And that was a beautiful job there by JoJo.
Are you talking to me?
Gets the sack. So it looks like we're ready to go. 2nd down, 3 receivers to the left, and Williams in the backfield with Myers in the shotgun. Myers, pocket collapsing, throws it looking for Braylon Brandon. It was short, and I think if that ball is behind the line of scrimmage, that's a fumble.
I think you're right, Matt.
And they're going to talk about it right now. That did look like it was behind the line, and it is. The fumble is recovered by the Bandits. Coach Dom not happy at all, as he was looking for more points. But the Bandits finally, their defense has played well all day despite the 3 scores given up, but they do force a turnover and give one more try to their offense with a little under 2 minutes to go. Cedric Jones has had Not the prettiest of days for his offense. No passes thrown, solely just rushes. He's tucked it himself a few times. Jones, hand that one to Jojo Tupai.
Ball game.
And that'll actually do it. The Suns with a statement win today. Keep moving on as that best team in the state. The final score, a blowout here for this Suns team that dominated on both sides of the football. So we are going to send it right now to Brittany. Take it away with the post-game interview.
All right, I am here at Suns head coach. Great win. Guys, a really solid game against a rival. What do you think about your team and their effort overall today?
It was a good game. They didn't quit. We didn't meet the quarter that we were supposed to, but, you know, it was a good game. It was a good game. Both sides of the ball played good. The defense had negative, throw them to like about negative yards. So that was good. Offense, you know, just a little bump and screws, but we'd be good.
Well, Coach, back to practice this week before your game next week. What are you looking to work on?
Just alignment, you know, getting the kids to understand their alignment, their adjustments, their assignments, and just the whole 9 yard. Just getting them better and better and better.
All right. Well, Vince, I'll send it back up to you while we get set up for the interview. And we'll be back in a second. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Britt, nice job. Thank you so much. That was incredible. It was a great interview. You know, Coach Dom, he identified some opportunities to get better, and you know, give him a lot of credit. So on behalf of Matt Venezia, I'm Vince DeLisio, our production crew, Tylee Marsh, Ethan Rosenbaum, Aiden Pincus. Thanks so much for joining us, folks. We will see you next week. Have a great day.
Everything you've ever told yourself, every form of resistance, every fight you've ever battled, every problem that you've ever had, we've got the solution for it. It starts with you.
Okay, welcome back to NYFCAtv. Now, don't pay any attention to this just yet. We're going to talk about this in a minute. But what a game. Great highlights, great coaches interviews, great team interviews, and what we have next is we're going to talk about your shoes. Jason, what do we have in the way of shoes this week?
I didn't think you were going to ask this week, Vince.
They're only staring right at me, and you only mentioned it about 10 times already. So go ahead.
Yeah, well, we're going Ultra Boost this week. Pearly whites. They're looking nice, beautiful.
I
Ultra
saw a pair
Boost.
just like that at Ross the other day. So anyway, I should have bought them.
Actually, Scott, the owner of Mavericks, commented the first thing before he said good morning.
Yes.
Everyone loves their Ultra Boost.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about this week's player of the game.
This week, we had a phenomenal young man who really took over the game for his team. And we are going to, for the adrenalinefundraising.com player of the game, we're going to go with number 6. Our 6 pins here with AZ Suns, Braylon Brandon. Congratulations, young man. Phenomenal game.
Phenomenal game. And just as a quick recap, I mean, it was all Suns all the time. It was an amazing game. And Coach Dom Davis came out striking first with some very, very bold predictions, bold words. It didn't quite come to fruition in the way that he wanted it. He was a little disappointed. He had some things that he felt he needed to clean up, just some, penalties. I mean, things like that. But otherwise, what a performance by that Suns offense. They ran the field, led by this young man, Braylon Brandon. So congratulations to the Suns this week. Bandits, hard fought through and through, never gave up, but ultimately
To the victor go the spoils, and the Suns ended up winning it, and Braylon Brandon was this week's player of the game. We've got an interview with Mr. Brandon that we will go to.
I am here with the player of the game, Braylon Brandon for the Suns, and former LSU safety standout, Chris Jackson. Who's going to say a couple words to our standout player real fast. Go ahead, Chris.
All you played good things, did a lot of good things, got a lot of working at the for like did good things, Shining Star. Keep it up, keep Scott's winning. All right. Oh yeah.
All right, back to you guys.
Everything you've ever told yourself, every form of resistance, every fight you've ever battled, every problem that you've ever had, we've got the solution for it. It starts with you.
Thousands of athletic teams depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Their goal is twofold. First, to equip athletic teams to meet those goals by raising more money in less time and providing the very best technology through their digital platform. Their job is to take the fundraising off the coach's plate and guide them through steps that are proven to get results every time. How easy? There are teams raising over $50,000 in just an hour. It starts with one call to Adrenaline, 602-999-1845 or adrenalinefundraising.com.
All right, guys, welcome back. So, Jason, you know, you're having to have us move our set all over the place. I'm carrying all the equipment. I'm getting a workout. Is there some type of ulterior motive, some message you're trying to tell me?
Well, it's just like tackle football, right? You're always moving, you're always shaking, you're always zigging, pivoting, and doing different things. And we just want to have fun, just like we're doing out in the game. And we are in this beautiful VIP room at Mavericks with these awesome lanes here. They're one of the first bowling alleys in the country to have an arcade game on the floor. So as you bowl, you actually get points as you score your pins. It's highly, highly unique. I really advise you guys to come down and check this out down at Mavericks, and we're just grateful to have them as a partner, to have these beautiful studios so we can highlight our guests and just continue to have fun on the show.
Now, Jason, do you think as the weeks go on, maybe the owner, Scott Sanders, will let us actually bowl a couple of games?
You know it. He doesn't even know what he's going to let us do later.
Okay. All right, well, let's get to this guy in the middle here. So, high-performance coaching. Luke Kayam, who's joining us. He's an old friend of yours. He's been a mentor. He's been a life coach. He's done a lot of things, worn a lot of hats, done a lot of incredible things. We were talking off camera a little bit, and some of the things you guys have done, I can't even imagine. So we'll kind of let you guys, kick it off. Tell us a little bit about Luke, first of all.
Yeah, so I've met Luke a number of years ago. He's impacted my life in many ways, my son's life, and we actually bring him involved with some of our teams just because his level of knowledge and information on how to keep the body in a performance mode so you can just be an animal out on the field. And we're happy to have you here today, Luke, and I'm looking forward to having you share your knowledge and helping our athletes on the field get better. So, Luke, here you go.
All right, so Luke, let's talk a little bit about that. So you work with grown-ups, but you also work with kids. What types of programs do you have?
Yeah, so I work with fathers, and the father in the household, obviously, as you guys know, as coaches and as men, is extremely important to the foundation of our children. But when we get into this idea around high performance, especially in the sport of football, what we want to teach the parent or the father or whoever's in the household so that they can teach their kids how to perform at the highest possible level. So yes, it's physical, but it's also mental. And so getting prepared for a game or even getting prepared for a practice. You know, my son is playing this week and he's got a game and he'll be preparing all week long. And that's the kind of mindset we have to have regardless of the age of the athlete, is that we all want to perform at the highest possible level. And so we start to just tap into the mind at the exact same rate that we perform at a higher level in the body. And that's nutrition, that's hydration, that's resting, that's recovering, that's jumping in a cold body of water if you have a pool at home, or even taking a cold shower. All these things that what the pros are doing at the highest possible level, we can now do at the ages of 9, 10, 11 years old.
Nice. Jason, now I look at you, I talk to you. What has this guy done for you?
So it's the impact is on many levels, but one of the things that I've appreciated the most is the knowledge that I've gained. For me, I've been able to translate to my son, and my son started playing tackle when he was 7 years old, 55 pounds, and obviously you're very concerned about safety and can he play and his ability, but because we're properly fueling at home, we're properly resting, drinking the right amount of water, and all this information came from Luke, you see a difference in the athlete. And tackle is a grind, right? I mean, some of our athletes are practicing 8 to 10 hours a week. And we got to remember what's most important here is the academics. It can't just be about what's on the field, right? So to be able to wake up every morning, these kids get up, early for school, to have that right mindset, which is what Luke was talking about, for the to go through school, to get home, to do their homework, to eat. You might have to drop 2 or 3 siblings off, get to practice, get home, get your rest. And this goes on for some programs anywhere from 4 to 8 months. This information is key, and it's been great to have it. It's very, very important. If you could share with our coaches, our parents, our athletes, maybe a couple things they could do at home for their young men that would be beneficial for them during the week and maybe on game day, and more importantly, after game day for recovery, because recovery is just as important as preparation.
Sure. Thank you, Jason. So let's talk about the big three. Number one would be food as fuel. This is not we are eating because we're bored or because we want a snack, but actually fueling our bodies with the right amount of food, not only for practice or for school, but for training. So eating clean is really understanding that we need to get as much nutrients as we possibly can, superfoods as we call them, at every single opportunity. That doesn't mean we can't eat some lower order foods to get those extra calories in, especially for sons, your size son and my size son. I have an extra small son who plays tackle football. Number two would be hydration. And so we talk about hydration, and most people think, well, it's either water or a sport drink. Well, there are certain grades of water. And so what we would want to drink is a water that has a high pH, if we can, whether it's bottled or it comes from reverse osmosis. But more importantly, we want some electrolytes. And so what we do is we default, again, to Gatorade or Powerade because we think those are our only options. Hopefully Powerade is not an official sponsor, but Powerade is one of the worst things you can possibly ever drink, at least for now. Because it has corn syrup in it. And so corn syrup will actually make your bones weaker. And so if you're giving this to kids whose bones are growing, they're going to constantly be fighting an uphill battle. So what is a better alternative? Well, there's lots of hydration powders out there, but really just salt. Right? Salt is an electrolyte. So putting some salt in your water, putting some salt and some lemon in your water, I know it doesn't taste as great as the ruby red flavored Powerade, but we have to start to think differently. And so between food and hydration, the third piece is recovery. And so recovering means you're eating within a 30 to 45 minute window of your training or your game or your performance. You're eating somewhat clean unless it's a Saturday game and you've been eating clean all week long and now you're going to go to In-N-Out or Grimaldi's. And the other piece of this would be your rest, recovery, and then cold. So you talked about cold in the ocean. Well, I've taken a cold shower this morning. Everybody I work with, I highly recommend they jump in their pool while it's cold. Us Arizonans, we only have a limited time until your pool becomes a jacuzzi. So taking advantage of that post-workout, post-training, post-game is so important because we create inflammation, especially in a sport like football where you're banging heads and you're tackling and you're getting bruised. Inflammation stays with us if we eat poorly and we don't hydrate. So to add that extra layer in, to jump in some cold, to take a cold bath or a cold shower. My son loves the cold, and I say that because at a very young age we started to immerse him in it. It also makes you mentally tougher. And that's the key to sport, especially in football, is you have to be mentally tough. Because if you fear anything going out onto the field, it's going to affect not only your game and your play, it's going to affect how you respond to somebody coming full speed at you.
How can people get a hold of you?
Thank you for asking that. So you can go on all social media platforms, Luke Kayyem, LukeKayyem.com. You can visit the Fathers of the Future website, or you can just text message the commissioner, Jason Hirsch, and he can put you in contact with me.
Luke, thank you so much. Mentor, life coach, fitness coach. I mean, you've done it all, you've seen it all, and you practice what you preach. It's a real pleasure to I feel like I'm getting some osmosis just talking to you here about changing some things about my diet and just way of thinking. So thank you so much. Jason, did you have anything else you want to add?
No, just I'm grateful for all of our vendors, our partners, guys like Luke who are believing in what we're trying to do here at NYFCA. And we look forward to creating new partnerships and having new vendors be a part of NYFCA.
Awesome. Stick around. We'll be right back here on NYFCA TV. Thousands of athletic teams depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Their goal is twofold. First, to equip athletic teams to meet those goals by raising more money in less time and providing the very best technology through their digital platform. Their job is to take the fundraising off the coach's plate and guide them through steps that are proven to get results every time. How easy? There are teams raising over $50,000 in just an hour. It starts with one call to Adrenaline, 602-999-1845 or adrenalinefundraising.com.
We have 4 kids from 16 down to 7. So we took our lifestyles, the hectic, scheduling that we have, and we said, okay, how do we make this fit? What's convenient for us? Our uniqueness is that we're customizable. You order what you want when you want it. You might order this week, you might not order next week. There's no charges, there's no auto ships. When you order something, it's made to order. The catering piece of our business has grown exponentially, over the last 6 months or so. Piggybacked off of what the home delivery side of it was into the corporate catering, I guess, if you will. From FBI to the Cubs to the Diamondbacks to Drive Time to Metro Mile. I mean, we have direct communication with every one of our customers. It's easy to get up in the morning when you love what you do. I get up every day and I'm excited. And then on top of that, we get to spend time with the kids and we bring them in and they'll help out, where they can and where they need to. And so we've created the family dynamic into the kitchen, and hopefully that transcends into the food that we produce.
Everything you've ever told yourself, every form of resistance, every fight you've ever battled, every problem that you've ever had, we've got the solution for it. It starts with you.